When we find zeros of a function, sometimes we get to practice our factoring skills from that last section. So let's do so now. We have a GCF in this trinomial. 2, 10, and 12. 2 will go into all of these. And actually, I want to factor out a negative as well because I really want my x squared to be positive. So let's factor out the GCF -2. And then ask yourself, what do you multiply -2 by to get -2x squared? And that would be x squared. What do you multiply -2 by to get -10x? And that would be a positive 5x. And what do you multiply -2 by to get a -12? And that would be a positive 6. Okay, I believe that this will factor as well. So let's write down 2 sets of parentheses. And the first terms would be x. If you're like unfoiling this, the factors of 6 are 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. And you want to know which ones will make a 5. Well, both of them make a 5. This makes a 5 if you subtract. This makes a 5 if you add. So let's look at the signs so we'll know which one to use. The signs right here must be the same as each other since that's plus. They're both going to be positive. And if they're both positive, it means that they had to add to make a 5. So 2 plus 3 would add to make a 5. So the signs are the same. They're both plus. All right. Set this equal to 0 and use the zero product property. The -2 doesn't have an x with it, so just ignore that part. X plus 2 equals 0 would be x equals -2. Remember that you just changed the sign here. And if x plus 3 equals 0, then it would be -3. All right, let's go down here to this one now. It is factored, but this one right here looks like a difference of 2 squares. He's perfect, and that's a minus. We have videos on that you may have to go back and look at. So I'm going to set up 2 sets of parentheses here, and I'm going to write this one down again. And the square root of x squared is x, so the first terms are x. The square root of 16, since he's perfect, is 4. So 4 and 4 in the last positions. And then this minus means one of them was a positive and one was a negative. Now, use a zero product property. Put a 0 here to find the zeros. And then the shortcut is just use the opposite signs. So x equals a positive 1, or x equals a -4, or x equals a positive 4. So these are my roots, or we could also call them zeros. These are the roots or zeros. Another word would be solution.